What's up, gentlemen? So this is my Steam profile with a 0.1% achievement on it with 16 hours of in-game playtime. Let me explain how and why I got this achievement. I feel like a rich kid that just got a new house. I didn't really work for it, and I definitely didn't deserve it, but I'm still gonna proudly show it off, you know? I did try to play V-Rising normally, but after the first hour of playing the game, I already got frustrated that I cannot teleport back with my items. I'm just like that, man. I cannot deal with that shit. So I did play V-Rising normally, which had a lot of good points in it and some things that I didn't like. As I was playing the game, I came across this alpha wolf and I killed him, and then I got the wolf form, which now makes me run in the wolf form, which is faster. So that's pretty nice, okay? That's pretty cool. But even after finding the horse mount, I was still not satisfied. I wanted to go even faster. The horse was still not fast enough, all right? There's something very unfun about walking back to your castle for a full minute. So at one point, I had 3 horses sitting on my base, and that's when I decided to look up how to enable teleportation with your items. I had to fiddle around with some settings, and to my surprise, it actually worked. Seeing that whole list of settings when I was just tweaking one thing for the teleportation kind of got me thinking maybe I can change a lot more things that I don't like, you know? So I started to mess with the grind modifiers like crafting speed and harvest modifiers and shit. And before you know it, anything that I could build just costs 1 resource now, and anything I want to farm, I get like 10x. I played like this for a couple of hours, and then I came across the achievement of defeating Dracula on brutal mode, and it having 0.0% achieved. Then something so foul came across my mind that I hate myself for it, man. I really do. But I wanted to get this achievement without really working for it. I feel like shit about this, but also have this weird proud feeling, which is probably how my dad feels about having me as a son. So after beating some bosses that still took a lot of hits to kill, I noticed that I could also make that easier for myself to get that achievement. I realized that if I could one-shot every boss and give myself infinite HP, that I don't need the high-level gear anymore. And I realized that I don't need to do these missions that are on the top left of your screen, which is more like a tutorial type thing, like, hey, maybe you want to do this. But the hand-holding stuff, I didn't need that. I could just go towards the bosses because they're already in the world. And then I could progress to get that achievement. So I went to the settings and cheated. Changed some enemy HP to 0.01 and my own HP to like 100, and also the damage received modifier, I put that on 0.01 or something. So yeah, that should help. Then I tested that out on a boss. Good day, sir. Oh shit, it works! The one-hit wonder! At this point, I just wanted to go straight to Dracula, but then I figured out that I need a blood key or something to access Dracula. Yeah. So I went on this mission to get the blood key, which requires some steps to craft. To make a blood key, you need primal blood essence, which is basically dropped by high-level enemies, so that's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Greater Stygian shard or something, which is also just dropped loot from high-level enemies, easy peasy. But lastly, you need an onyx tear, which requires a lot of weird resources and even very specific structures to make. An onyx tear requires gold ingot, power core, blood crystals, and an anvil to craft it in. In the meantime, I discovered that in the settings, brutal mode is not labeled as brutal mode because normal mode is labeled as normal mode. So I tried these things. I tried to change it to brutal, didn't work. But then I found out that the number 2 is the label for the brutal mode. So I put it to number 2, and now the game is in brutal mode. So fuck yeah, baby. At this moment, I'm like 15 hours into the game, so all I needed was just blood crystals. I had all the other stuff. There was a big problem, because I thought that I needed silver weapons to farm the blood crystals, because you cannot get it with lower weapons. But I cheesed it by standing next to the blood crystals and letting myself get hit by the boss. This way, he was farming it for me. Then the blood crystals fall on the ground, and I just pick it up, baby. This was a big win, because now I don't have to do all that adventuring with like silver weapons and shit and, you know, work for this achievement. I'm sorry, guys, okay? It's a douchebag thing to do, I know. I don't want to be this guy, but I'm this guy now, and hey, Sue me, dude. Sue me, huh? And then I killed Styx, which unlocks 3 things. The recipe to Onyx Tears and the Blood Key. And to my surprise, the Bat Form, which you can fly over the whole map with. Then I went to the next boss, which I needed to unlock the Furnace and the Anvil, which I need to get the key, obviously. Then I went over and beat the next boss, which unlocks the Gold Ingot recipe, which I also require. I made the gold in the new Furnace. Then I realized I needed Spectral Dust to make the Anvil I need. So I went to a ghost town and fucked them all up, found a Spectral Dust, and went back to the base. I put down the Anvil, and then I made an Onyx Tear with it. Then I went to the Artisan table, and with my materials, I made the Blood Key. And then it was finally time to go through the Dracula gates. Hello. I shall pass through. It is me. It is I. They call me the lazy cheater that got himself the easiest, hardest achievement in V Rising. I walked over to Dracula and beat the shit out of him. No, no, no. Die. 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 Goodbye. Suck Dracula! Suck the man himself! Suck him! Get sucked, Dracula! Get stomped on, dude! Yee-haw! Double trouble. Look at that. Look at it, just like that, boys. Just like that. And then I got the achievement. Watch that. Boom. I would love to make a video where I finish V Rising with like 10 players without dumb cheats, don't worry. So join the Discord if you would like to help out. I have a Patreon and I need money. See you later, gentlemen.